What's up, guys? My name is Ghost. I'm going to be going over how I turned my day from red to extremely green and profitable. All the goods, the bads, what not to do, and what I should have did instead. So let's get into that trade, the loss that I took today. Coming into the day, pre-market, I seen how SPY rejected the top of my zone. So at this point, my strategy, if you guys know me, if we reject the top of a daily demand, most likely we trend down, find some new supports before we can get a break above. And the same vice versa, if we bounce the bottom of a supply, most likely we go back up and we find some new resistances. So having that mindset coming into the day, I wanted to see how far down they would get. As you see, we opened up, price action stalled for a bit. Once we got that move down, I was paying attention to 4,400. We were coming in to 4,400. I wanted to see if we would have bounced there. They bounced us prematurely early in the morning, and we got that little retracement back up, and as we came back down. But that was the same time we were rejecting this 44.27. So now, once we rejected 44.27, the only thing that made me not take this entry here was the risk reward for a 439 bounce, most likely. So I waited to see 439, how we would react there. At that point, I didn't have any supports on SPY, and I did want to see 4,400 fail to get into new positions. Once we broke below 4,400, that's when I started to look for an entry around 11:30 market time, 11:35. And I think I got in right at 439.16 on SPY in anticipation of this support level break. Definitely should never have been taking puts above a support no matter what. But having these two tickers confluences, plus I had NQ up where it broke its support, I had a good feeling that we would get this push down, and I accepted the risk. And at this point, we got to push up, came back. I trimmed some of my contracts there. Just didn't like the price action we were doing and holding this 439. But I did wanted to see a retracement level. I had this 4407.44 on SPX. I wanted to see us go test it, come back and close to enter more new puts position. So as you can see, we got that close. That's when I entered more puts. That was the same time we just rejected about this 44.27. So at this point now, I thought we would get that full retracement. And if we did get a close above this 4407.44, I accepted the loss and I was going to get out of the trade. And that's what I did. Once we got that close above, I got out of the trade. But I still had conviction in the trade. I still had all my confluences telling me that we were going to head lower, that we did break some supports, that now we needed to go test some lower supports. Plus seeing the reaction on 439 definitely made me think that we were going to come back down once we couldn't break above a resistance. So now I stayed patient for my next entry. My next entry was going to be a hold below this 44.27 and then a close back below 44.07. I was going to accept the risk, but this time I was going to keep my stop with this 44.27 break. So once we got that close below, I had my entry. I got in with my stop at 44.27 on ES. And I was anticipating this full break of 439. I did trim some off right out as we got to 439, but I never believe levels get stronger with the more touches. So definitely had anticipated that this could be the one that broke us down. So I held majority of my positions for this break. As you can see here, this candle right here is where IV expands and our premiums explode pretty much on the contracts. So that's what I was looking for from our first entry, and I did get it on my second entry, and pretty much I trimmed almost half of my position there and then held half for the next support levels that I was looking for and anticipating earlier in the day. You can see we got that full move down. The risk reward for 439 break was huge. What I should have done was wait for this break or this 44.27 like I did the second time. I should have waited for it the first time. Never should I have taken this position right above 439. You either take it right at a resistance or at the break of a support. Definitely front ran that a little bit, even though I had confluences saying that we could go lower. Should have stayed patient on that first trade, but I made up for it by staying patient on the second trade. So I just want you guys to see that, have that practice, that mindset that if we are above a support, not probably the best time to anticipate the move of a break. Better to take that trade if you do anticipate that break at the next resistance and then follow that price action down or wait for the break of that support. So I hope you guys do enjoy this trade recap, this lesson that I learned again, but still there's habits that do come back. Anticipating a big move, you do know that's coming. So I want you guys just to see that and hear from me and walk through what I seen and what I did wrong and what I could do better. Appreciate you guys. Peace.